Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for allowing this bill to come today. This is all regarding Medicaid oversight and advisement by the General Assembly and others to make Medicaid a better, more efficient, more effective program. As everyone should know, it is one of the largest programs that we have in the state, administered by the state, some portions by federal money, large portions by state money. If you were to try to put this in perspective and look at our overall operating budget as proposed by House Bill 6 this session, in FY25 and in 26, if we just looked at our general fund budget, Medicaid would be approximately 17% of our entire general fund budget operating. It would be approximately 20% of our general fund operating in 26. What's even more concerning is this: that's just general fund operating budget. When you add in all federal funds, all restricted funds, and other funds, which takes us to over $60 billion a year, total operating budget around $51.5 billion, $50 billion a year. In FY25 and FY26 of our operating budget, including all funds, this Medicaid program will estimatedly take 37% of that operating budget and 40% in FY26. Now, my conversation today about this bill is not about the merits of Medicaid or expansion of Medicaid, but what it is about is the oversight of the General Assembly of what is the largest, most complex, and one of the most impactful, not only to individuals but businesses across the state, for which this body and the General Assembly at large should exercise considerable oversight. However, the General Assembly also finds itself at a disadvantage. This program being so large and complicated and impactful, there are very, very, very few members of the General Assembly, House and Senate, that have even a slight point of view on how the system operates. We find ourselves somewhat in the same position some years ago we found ourselves before I was here, when public pensions were a monster of an issue, very complicated, very impactful physically and to individuals. And in that time, the General Assembly, which I think wisely, created a public pension oversight board that consisted not only of legislators but non-legislators from the executive branch and those that would have input on fiscal matters and planning matters and pension matters, put together that oversight board to make recommendations to this body, for which a lot of those recommendations have been followed, and we remain on the path to make the pensions, the public pensions in Kentucky, better each and every cycle. This Medicaid Oversight and Advisory Board is set up in the same spirit. It consists of legislators but also non-legislators, those from the executive branch as well as from different pieces and parts of the Medicaid system throughout the state. Drawing those people together with specific guidelines and deliverables in 1, 2, 3, 4 years out and continuing deliverables thereafter, I would hope that we can corral better viewpoints and understanding in this body and in the Senate so that we can take corrective measures and make sure that the system is effective and efficient as it can be for those that participate and receive services, as well as those that provide services, and all those in between that make the system work in and of itself.